water is more important than gas. My name is Terry Greenwood. I live in western Pennsylvania, southwestern Pennsylvania in Washington County. I have a farm, 60 acres. I didn't sign a lease. The lease is from 1921. I have 60 acres. Dominion Gas come on my property in 2007 and said, we're going to drill some wells on your property. I said, go on the other 60 acres that's not being used because I need my property. So they come on the property in November 2007. Didn't tell me they was coming on, just cut the fence, come on in, start building roads. In January 2008, they got one well drilled. Our well water went, so we didn't have no drinking water. And 7 days later, they finally brought us some drinking water, which we're still using a water fountain, drinking out of it. Now we're paying for it because they discontinued it. They can do what they want to because they're so big, and who you going to call? Nobody will listen to you. Within 30 days of the first well being drilled, our water come out of the spigot just like Dimmick's water, like iced tea is what it looked like. That's what it come out of the spigot. So they started bringing us drinking water. And then February, when I lost all the cattle, they had a blowout, and all the water from the frack stuff was running into the pasture, into the pond where the cattle drank. And I had 19 head of cattle, and in 2008, so 2.5 months later, my cows were having calves. I lost 10 calves out of 19 cows that were stillborn and a 2-year-old cow. We was here for 18 years, and I never had no problems until the gas companies come on. Then that's when I started having all these problems. All my calves that was born for 2008, I had 8 live ones, 10 dead ones. 4 of them was blind, stillborn, and 1 had a cleft palate for 2008. And that's when they drank that water when they drilled up here on the top field. They come on our property, drilled 2 vertical wells, 450 feet from our drinking water, and the well on the top field is 1,000 feet from the house. But it ruined all our property in that. I said, how are you going to protect me? They says, well, we'll protect you. So they sent me a letter and said, we will protect your waters. I said, okay. I didn't have a choice. They were going to eminent domain my property because the lease was a never-ending lease. Down to where the cattle are drinking out of a water buffalo now because they ruined the pond, they ruined the spring. This is the pond from 2007. The cattle was walking in this pond. The pond was good. This was before the gas company even come on the property. This one is 2008, and we had it fenced off. And there's what the water turned like. And there's the well, and it's all downhill right here. And it all run right into this pond. All them chemicals are heavy. They sink to the bottom.
Did you get the water tested?
They tested it in 2009, said the water is good. But they didn't. I asked for a soil sample. I said, test the soil on the bottom of the pond. DEP would not test it.
Why?
DEP said that pond is not for human consumption.
Not for human consumption?
Yes, and I told DEP that I sell my cattle every year to 84 auction for people to eat. I said, that is for human consumption.
What did they say for that?
Nothing. They wouldn't even reply to me after that. They just ignored me. Pictures of it. Here's what the eyes look like in them calves that died. This was a stillborn calf dead when it was born, and that's what color they are. That color blue. Now this one, I didn't take the picture of the white eye. This one had the white eye. I have that calf. I still have that calf in a deep freeze. That calf is in the deep freeze. That's a calf that died there. The mother didn't even clean it off. I called the DEP, called the gas company, and the DEP did not do nothing. They said that's a farmer's lock, and refused to do anything about it. And nobody has done nothing about it since. And I've had nothing but trouble with my cattle. But this old lease, it don't matter if it's a new lease, an old lease, once they're on your property, they're gonna do what they wanna do. That was a hayfield over there. And that's what's left of that hayfield over there. It's gone. I'm hurt because nobody will help you on it. The government will not help you. DEP will not help you. EPA hasn't done nothing. And only one's benefit is the gas company. DEP and the gas company says, we didn't do nothing wrong, but I did call DEP, which is supposed to help you, and they says, there's nothing wrong with that water. They dump it in the fields in West Virginia. I request that the gas companies be held accountable for the problems they cause. The terrorizing, the threats, the harassment I have experienced on my own property. And that's the most important. Once you ruin the water, you don't have nothing left. And you don't want them around here, because I've never been up here before, and I like all these waters up there, and that's pretty precious. I wish we had water like that down in western Pennsylvania, because western Pennsylvania is losing all its waters. Because we didn't have city water. It's 1.5 miles down the road, and it don't do me no good down there. So I've got a farm with 60 acres with a temporary water supply from a gas company. And that's how they treat you. Yeah. They treat you dirty. When they come on your property, they say, we can do what we want to. Who are you going to call? You can't call your neighbors because they can't help you. You call Harrisburg. I called Harrisburg, called Farm Bureau, called everybody. They said, what do you want us to do? Nobody will stick up for you. So you got to stick together and keep them away from here. Yeah. Western Pennsylvania is getting like Colorado, Texas, and every place else. So keep them out of here. Yeah. I don't know what it'll take, but keep them out of here. Yeah. So, and the gas company says there's nothing wrong with the waters.
What do you
but
think?
It killed the cattle, and it'll kill the people next. That's what'll happen. Whatever's in them chemicals, it killed my animals, and I know it'll kill people later down the road.